Now then, and welcome back to another episode on the FTOG server, playing some more Quantus. Oh yes, I've been doing a little bit more work around the stairwell since the last time you saw. I'll show you around, and then we'll get on with some bits and pieces. I've thrown in some bushes. Now, the bushes are on cobblestone because I haven't decided how to present the little bushes, but I fancied having a little bit of green around. I fancied having a little bit of green stuff. I completed all the stairs, so all the carpets all the way up, all nicely trimmed up. I haven't done any detail on the stairs yet, but the majority of the stair carpet here is chisel and bits, so that I can detail the edges and all that soon enough. Some of it's still magenta carpet. Some of it's still good old vanilla magenta carpet. And I can use that on a lot of things. But there's a few bits and pieces that are chisel and bits around as well. So that I can do a little pattern design thing. Which I still haven't decided what I want to do exactly. But kind of what I was hinting at in the last episode. I want to do a little runner going down the side. And judging by this, there's like 2 pixels and then another 2 pixels. And those 2 pixels are probably what I want to change. But I'll mess around with that another time. At the moment, just check out the overall opulence of it. Oh yeah, I've added pillars. That's another thing. And I think the pillars just kind of set it off, as well as a bit of greenery. Does give it a better look about it. There's still hard stone floors and hard stone ceilings, but, well, ceilings. Walls, that's what they are. Walls, they're ceilings, they're walls, that's a floor. Hardstone floor and walls at the moment, and also all around there wrapped around. And we've got the cobble still up in the ceiling over here, which I may or may not change. When I came to changing the cobblestone surrounding here, I realised that there is no definition, there is no shaping on those blocks yet. I've done a little bit of structural work here just to finish off a few bits to make it livable. Put in a few little columns and under bits and pieces, but this round corner cap doesn't have any other, so it goes round easy enough round there, but it doesn't have an inside, whereas this one, the coving, has an inside edge. It doesn't have an outside edge. So I can cove on the inside easily enough, and I can use this to go round the outside easy enough, but I can't mix the two going ins and outs around these bits in the same way as stairs do. So I decided to just take them off and flatten it, and I feel that that is now a nice finish. It's a nice finish to the place. A nice alabaster finish for the place. Also, of course, I put some flags up, just so that when you come in through the door, you see this as a beautiful surroundings. Let's just pop outside. So I've got my flags up outside the castle, and then when you first come into the castle, we have a nice entrance hall look. And I'm pleased with it. Of course, it's not finished. Still got lots to do. Cobble bases for these things. It's more just where should I put greenery rather than what it's going to look like. It might be a chisel and bits pot. It might just be a traditional looking like iron cauldron. Or I may find that there's something else somewhere else that looks really cool and I'll use that instead. It has to kind of look a bit opulent, and I might even make it so that I chisel this down and put a block there and chisel it down. I might do some chiseling of chisel bits and make some ornate little topiary garden things. But the practicality of the stairs, not only does it take me up the stairs so that I can get up to the next floor, but I've also decided to store things inside the stairwells, under the stairs like. So lots of lighting because of all of the glowstone that was used underneath the stair matting. So we've got all of this stuff going on in here. I've got one side for chisel and bits and chisel bits and things like that. It's basically all building supplies, that's all it is. And this one is architecture craft. So, where do I begin? Okay, the theory behind this, okay? Architecture craft needed somewhere to store all the stuff, and we'll get onto this in a minute. Architecture craft needed to store all the stuff somewhere, and I need a chest for that. So I put a chest in to store it all, and even a crafting station so I can see it all, and the workbench itself so I can make more of it. Now when you're making this stuff in the saw bench, you generally need vanilla or any block type really. You need blocks to use, so it was an ideal place to store just a selection of general coloured blocks, decorational blocks that I can then carve up into various different architectural craft stuff as we're working around, and some place to store it all would be nice as well. Yeah, I'm probably going to put a bin in here as well, maybe another couple of chests just to be able to store even more for the future. But for right now, that's good. And then I started working on doing the framing of drawers in the framing table. So we've been working on some storage drawers here, and I wanted to frame them. And normally when you're framing them, you're also using the kind of the basic vanilla materials. So storing the basic vanilla materials down here for both of these mods to be useful, I decided was a good thing. I've also got a few other bits and pieces in here for storage drawers. So I'll come down here and make my storage drawer stuff, and I'll come down here and make my architectural craft stuff. And have a nice little store of basic building supplies. I put a controller in the back here. I don't know how I'm going to cover it up yet, but I kind of feel like it should be easy enough to cover up and just be able to give it a good double tap and empty out my inventory to put stuff into there. And I've designated that as the room. I've still got to put a door in. This is why we've got Melissa's doors. So yeah, we're going to do something with Melissa's doors quickly to finish this off. And then we've got chisels in here. And this is kind of like normal chiseled blocks, because there's such a variety of chiseled blocks. Once I've chiseled some blocks, I want to put them, just dump them away, rather than chiseling them back to the original whatever they were. So chiseling the glowstone back to the glowstone, it's just a pain to chisel it all back. So I just want a dumping ground for chiseling bits. And speaking of bits, chisel and bits stuff, I just want a dumping ground for the bags of those. And now I want a place to store doors. And doors that I use, doors that I don't use. There's so many different doors and curtains and things that I might use on occasions and then decide to upgrade or change. There may be some doors that I don't use straight away that I've practiced on or tested out to see what they look like and put them in there. And then there's other bits and pieces that I'm going to store in here. The only thing that I've defined so far is the fairy light stuff. I can put fairy lights, excess stock and bits and pieces, stuff that I take down and put up and put them in there, just so I can store them away somewhere. Eventually, we're going to have like an applied energistics and stuff. We're going to have high-tech stuff eventually. So this first level, the ground floor and first floor, has kind of got to be the Coal Age and Iron Age, and then we'll work up through the Magic Era and all the way up and up and up and up and up and up into high-tech, and eventually from the top of the mountain we might even take off and go to space, because there's a spacecraft type thing in here as well, which some of you may or may not know. Either way, I want to make a door factory to finish off the Melissa's doors section of things, because this is kind of like the crafting table toolbox for Melissa's doors. Camo fence gate. I've not seen one of those before. There's things I want to experiment with, so we're going to start off by making some stuff. And was there anything else I needed? Some redstone, got that. Iron, got that. Okay, let's see what we can make out of this then. We'll make some of this, and make some of that. Make an iron door, because I reckon we needed one of those. And I also needed a piston. Did I keep a piston in here? Yes, I did. And what was the other thing? Piston, iron door, some iron and redstone. I think that's it. I think that's all we needed. Nice and simple. We'll have one of those. Okay, so there's the door thing. Now, I've only messed around with this door thing once. I messed around with it on my Patreon server a little while ago and didn't really do anything with it. Didn't really find any amazing doors that I wanted. But there are some very good things you can do with this, and I want to mess around with it a little bit. We can code a door. We can create a door with a code, which I've seen people use, and I believe that where I've seen it being used, I can get in their door without needing a code. So the code's kind of client side, it feels like. It doesn't feel like the code actually works on multiplayer. It just makes you have to type in the code when you're walking around the place. You don't actually lock doors otherwise. materials, we've got a frame of a door, we've got the top block of the door, and we've got the bottom block of the door. So we can change materials. We can modify to change a door once we've already created the door. That's good. The properties of the door, we can change from the type of door, what it's doing. It's got all sorts of different types of doors that we can do here, which is cool. Lots of cool different types. Opening time, how long it takes to open. Auto close delay, we can have it actually auto close, whether it's going to be a double door or not. Redstone behavior, whether it hand only, redstone lock, redstone only, or standard. And sound type, we can actually have sound types like pneumatic doors, silent doors, wooden trapdoors, and glass doors and things. So there's a lot of things that we can mess around with. And I'm guessing that first off, I've got to choose the materials. So what I want to do is I want to make a couple of doors for these rooms here. So they're kind of hidden. So we're going to make them as close to alabaster as we possibly can. I don't know how much material I need to make a door. But let's make the frame type and that and that and that. And see if that would work. Properties, double rotating. Do I need anything more? Or do I need a lot of materials? I guess I need more materials than that. Let's put some more materials in. Can it even make it out of alabaster? Do I have to have a set up here to start off with? Let's have... I don't want double. Let's have rotating, replacing, sliding 4 ways. Sliding 4 ways. It's not going to be a double door. It's going to be a single door, all the basics. Sound type, let's have iron door. And materials, we've got that. Well, that looks like I should be able to create a door now. Oh, I've just created 4 doors. Awesome. See, that's why I needed this. So that I've got... I can throw my iron doors in there. I can also throw the spare doors in there. The custom doors that I've made. I can throw them away. I made too many. I understand. Let's see. Can I place it like that? Yes. And does it just open? Yes. And then we can just walk in. Nice. So it closes and opens in such a way that makes it look pretty cool. Look. Yeah. Now, I could mess around with this. I can change it around a bit. I do need to hit that though. But that then kind of makes it feel like a bit of a secret door. It's not an obvious door. Instead, it's kind of a secret door. And it looks pretty cool, doesn't it? I wonder if I can just break it with that. Do I have to break it like that? Yes, I do. Okay. And can I change anything about it? Let's see. Materials, I've already got that. So let's modify the door. Can I modify the door without doing this? Can I, do I have to take them out, click on modify, put the door in there to modify it, and then change this so I can change what it would be doing. Let's see, vanishing. Let's try it. Vanishing door. Can I do a vanishing door? Let's have a look. So having it so that it changes, you can modify your doors afterwards is pretty cool. Any spare doors that I end up making, it just vanishes. Nice. It's a vanishing door. I like it. Hey, how cool's that? Vanishing door. Awesome. So there's lots of different details. Where do I break it though? Where do I break it? That's what I don't know. I'll break it with an axe. That'll probably help. Okay, so we can modify it again. Let's change this. I've got to put it in that section there. I've got to put it in the materials. If it's on modify, then I can change this around. So redstone behavior will just do standard only. Vanished vault door. Okay. See what a vault door looks like. As you can see, there's lots of options. And getting the right one, I don't know. Oh, that was what I did for vault door before. Okay. I thought I did something different. I didn't realise that was called vault door. Okay. So we'll have a look at spinning up and down, slide 4 ways, rotating up and down. Rotating up and down. Wasn't that what I had the first time round? Isn't that the same thing now? Oh, it opens up like that. That's weird. Pretty cool, but weird all the same. I like it because it fills the gaps there as well. It's kind of cool. I like. So another thing to try and sort out would be to have some kind of opening and closing method. So automatically opening and closing. But they don't have the little door sensor anymore. There used to be a sensor where you could have a door sensor going on, and it would automatically open and close doors for you as you were walking around. But I like that. That's a good start. That is a good start, and that's okay. But let's change that out again to something different. I like that one. I might change that around again. Do another one in here. Let's see. Rotating up and down. Rotating and replacing. Rotating. Slide four ways. Slide on the side. Slide on the side. Let's have a look at what slide on the side does. I'll mess around with this some more off camera, but yeah, slide on the side. That's probably the one that I want, actually. I think I like that kind of secret door look. It slides across. The door under the stairs just slides across a little bit. So let's change this one as well. We'll have that one slides to the side as well. And we'll end up with... oh, it sticks with what you had previously. Okay, so I can redo loads of doors quickly that way. Because once you've got the setup done, it stays set. Awesome. So there we go. There's two construction building areas that I've got set up and ready to store loads of stuff. And that makes the entrance hall kind of like the central area for storing building blocks and things. It won't be forever, but it is definitely for now. For what we're going to be doing just straight away is just doing some simple builds just to get things ready for the future. And it's also thinning this stuff down so that I can open this area up a bit later on, because there's going to be a build on the side here. It's going to kind of occupy an area around here. I want to do a smeltery stuff. I want to get all the smeltery stuff out and get on with the Tinker's construct in this area. Not that it's going to be used forever, but it's going to be used for now. And the other thing that we wanted to work on was in the next room. I still haven't decided the walls and the ceilings. Well, I've decided the ceilings. Floors, I must remember to get those things right. And walls coming through here into these three rooms. Now, these three rooms, I've kind of worked out where the layout's going to be, but I haven't started doing anything yet. So we've got the farms. The farms are on the top there, and I've got two side sections. If we check the map out, you'll be able to see. So with the farms there, I've got two separate side sections which I want to create automatic farms. That's in this little section here. Doesn't go too far, but this little section here, and there's a one on the opposite side there as well. Both of which have little access points through here, and equally on the other side. I need to get some stairs going up onto those farms up there instead of using this water stream all the time to get up. And then I want this to be a kitchen. I want this to be a big industrial kitchen. I was thinking about industrial kitchen or rustic kitchen, and I figured I'll put a rustic kitchen type affair out there with a lookout. So when looking in through the windows, you see a rustic kitchen of awesomeness, and a few more little like farming plots and things. But this is going to be a full-on industrial looking kitchen, a proper factory type kitchen. And I want to set it all up in here so that in the future, as we pick up tech and things, I can install food tech in here. This will be the food tech room. And then this room here is going to be my dining room. And I can already imagine a diagonal kind of windowed, high windowed section on here. So we've got a nice view of the local surroundings while eating dinner. Having dinner on the terrace even. May have a terrace little thing here going on. Don't know how it's going to work out yet, so we're going to start working on stuff like that. I think we need to add in some windows up the top there, just so that we've got some view from the farms down into the high-tech lab, as it were, the food lab. So, again, the only real options I've got for that kind of food tech, and to keep the alabaster theme running through, is to take the alabaster, because the alabaster looks really good as laboratory blocks, doesn't it? does look good as a laboratory block. However, Chisel also has a set of laboratory blocks, which I've used in the kind of the food storage stuff before quite a lot. And this is a laboratory block which is nether quartz surrounded by stone, which is quite nice. The alabaster is quite nice as well, but the laboratory blocks here, the white panels, have many different things that I can add in. So I'm thinking that to keep in keeping with this, we need to do the laboratory blocks. Okay, so I got to make a load of these and chisel them down and get on with that. I've got plenty of quartz, I believe. Yeah, I've got loads of quartz, and I've got a fair amount of stone. So I should be able to make a load of these and just bulk out that room very quickly to make what the scale is that we want to be talking about. And then I've got to also consider some kind of flooring. I just took that, and I actually don't want alabaster. I want the stone. Let's take some of those stacks. I've been cooking it all up, ready for today. Right, so I'll get the basic shape done, and I want to put a floor in straight away as well today. I want to get a floor immediately done, so I'll get that done and I'll be back. So I was thinking, what kind of lighting would I want inside my laboratory? And then I remembered that we've got an ocean monument farm all sorted out. Grok came and sorted this farm out in a recent episode, and it works rather nicely. It seems rather nice indeed, and it's all connected up to my nether hub as well. So you can just see roughly what's going on. They're spawning up in the spawning chambers up there, they're floating down here, they're getting killed on punji sticks, and then all the stuff gets pulled into this controller and distributes. So now I can get some of these and some of these, and I can do my crafting recipe, boom, and get this stuff going on, and just make a ton of those. This stuff going on, and make a ton of those. Just make a load of sea lanterns. Oh, I've got none of that now. Okay, well that's alright, and then throw the rest away. And then the sea lanterns go really well with the laboratory blocks, because the laboratory blocks have that kind of an edge around them. So plain white panel laboratory blocks are okay. That's not what I'm using, but it's plain white panels, and they kind of have lines and stuff going through them. Whereas if I take those back, take them all back, back, and then go with what I've been using, which is mostly these laboratory tiles. And let's just build a little wall section. When I've got these running around inside my my food tech laboratory, they kind of have these shading again. Now, how I got around the shading on the alabaster was that I chiseled, well, I took a block out, put a glowstone in, and then chiseled the front face off and put another block in. But as you take these out, you get this kind of frame around, so I wouldn't be able to put a glowstone in and then chisel bits it, because I'd have these little blocks showing. I would have the framing showing. Whereas in the alabaster, it's unrecognisable. You can't tell where it is. So I'm thinking of doing stuff like this, because that blends in quite nicely, I feel. Blends in quite nicely with the overall look of the place. To give a nice viewpoint, nice lighting effect as well. Because the centre of the ocean, the sea lantern, should I say, is very, very nice looking, isn't it? I wonder if I can change these in here. No, chisel doesn't do sea lanterns yet. So yeah, this is how I'm going to light my laboratory. Okay, and I was also looking at what we've got here with the prismarine blocks and different types of prismarine shards and stuff that we can use block-wise. And while I kind of like that base bit there, I kind of like this. There's only 17 available known to mankind at the minute. There's only 3 ink sacks. Not much AFKing's been done over here at now. So the squids are not making their ink sacks so we're not getting any ink, which means we're not getting any of this dark prismarine. The dark prismarine would be okay. So I'm also using this flooring tile type thing. Let's get another flooring tile one. I'm also using this laboratory block flooring tile, and I have a feeling that this flooring tile would have gone nicely with the prismarine in a way, just to add a little bit of a darker edge to things as we're going around. But without too many to choose from, I don't want to use up the entire supply. But anyway, this is where I'm getting all of my lighting from for my laboratory, and I'm going to experiment with a little prismarine here and there, possibly these prismarine blocks, bricks, just to see what I can make the laboratory look like at the end of it all. So it looks pretty good, I feel. It doesn't feel like a laboratory yet, though. It doesn't feel like a food processing factory. I think the lights going up the sides just make it look a bit odd. I think I need kind of hanging lights rather than lights in the ceiling as well. But it's all fair game at the minute. I'm still figuring out what I want to do. There's a little thing going on here that I've got to work out as well. Putting sea lanterns into the floor, I can take a section out and put tiles over the top, so you can't tell the sea lanterns there. But of course, the lighting effects need to update as we're going along. You see how the lighting effect has now gone back up to bright over here now, which is a bit weird, isn't it? It's a bit weird that lighting effect goes like that, and then I can correct it like that. Okay, well that makes more sense. You see, with the lighting up like that, as soon as I take that away, it goes dark. Right, put that on there, take a piece next to it to block update, and then I can do the lighting. That's pretty good actually. I quite like that then. So I can go around and sort all of these out, give it another lighting update there. That section changes. This section lighting update to that section changes. This section lighting update, that section changes. This section would be that there, but if I can give that a lighting update like that, then that's sort. Oh yeah, I like. Okay, so I can hide the sea lanterns in the floor, and the floor is still a solid block, but the chisel and bits stuff hides it all nicely. Okay, I don't know whether I want pillars. I do want some kind of extra texture on the walls though, because the pillars are a bit rubbish on their own. But there will be machines and things in here in the future. So at the minute, it's just kind of a way through between the dining room. Let's just plonk something down here before I forget and turn the lighting off. Let's just call this a place to walk through for now, to get to the rustic kitchen that will be in here, which we'll probably do some working on for next episode tomorrow. We'll try and sort this out. This is just kind of like a storage room for now, and into a dining room in here, and then into the main hall. Yeah, I think that'll work. Or should this be an epic big kitchen block area and this more farming? I do not know. Do you know? Do you know? Answers in the comments down below. I'll get a chance to read them before I start working on the next episode. So thank you very, very much for watching. I'm going to come over here and do my sign out over here today. Thank you. Turn that off. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next episode of Quantus. If you've enjoyed, please leave a like. If you haven't subscribed already, do subscribe. I will see you tomorrow for some more Quantus. Goodbye.